Welcome to Scofield Farm. I'm Carice, and today I am just going to be checking on these veggie starts for my summer garden and just kind of chat about what we've been doing, what I'm anticipating for this gardening season, what is blooming and doing well, like those lilacs back there. One thing I'm going to show you today for sure before this video is over is how my citrus did. We have had quite the journey of growing citrus, both in the ground, in clay soil, learning the hard way, what to do and what not to do. I'm gonna link some videos to a citrus playlist I have because we've learned a lot about citrus, but I wanna show you how they look. We do in the ground, we do in containers, and I think we're past frost. I'm gonna show you other stuff on the homestead too, but for sure the citrus. For those of you new here, we live in Northern California on a 3.5 acre small family homestead outside the second sunniest city in the US. We're zone 9B. Technically, we are past our last average frost date, which is usually mid-March. I need to look at my records, but I think we had a frost a little bit after that. I know that we had a surprise snow on March 14th, but we look like we are totally free and clear of any frost. It's the start of April. I started some of my starts a little bit late this year for my normal time, so they're not quite ready to plant out in the garden size-wise and time-wise for my schedule, but they're all hardened off and they're all doing great because the temps are very, very favorable. Let me show you them. These starts are looking great. Like here's a shishito pepper, and I have so many peppers. I think I have around 160 peppers right now. I have basils, which are very, very little, but they are happy and they've actually been outside for over 48 hours straight at this point. Spent a couple nights outside. Nasturtium, I think that's how you say it. Got a couple things that are a little behind, like the parsley need to be split up from cups. I have some tomatoes. Oh my goodness, you guys. I have like around 30 types of tomatoes. There's a super sweet 100 aroma, but there's so many unusual varieties. Tomatillos, which did great for us last year. What else do I have here? Oh yes, I have ginger. You hear our neighbor's dogs going crazy. I could plant these in the ground right now if I wanted to. I've got a few little cilantros here and there. So many kinds of basil. Like this is a mammoth leaf basil. It's gonna have really huge leaves at some point. I'll bring you over here and see a lot of my tomatoes. I've got stuff everywhere. Loofah. This is a roselle hibiscus. We use this for a wonderful drink my husband used to drink in Guatemala. And then this is mostly tomatoes, not quite all of them. I'm thinking I'm gonna probably plant around 60 to 70 in my garden and sell to local gardeners about the same amount. We have all kinds of varieties. Some are new to me. I have a whole video I made last year about some of my favorite tomatoes. I grow lots of varieties. I usually grow like 1 or 2 of every variety because I like all the colors, all the flavors, all the shapes, sizes, and styles. I really like lots of different things. So we grow lots of different things. I love eggplant. This is a little eggplant. They've got a ways to go, but this one's those long, skinny eggplants. It is really good. We like to grill it at Sunday lunches, and we do like barbecues with my sister's family, my mom. We do like bring your own meat and a side to share. I'll grill up a bunch of those skinny eggplants, and they are delicious. I mean, even though things are still a little bit smaller, and you'll see they're only filled about halfway because I planned on bringing the soil level up as the plants get bigger. Because tomatoes can actually grow roots up along the stem, I thought, ooh, mosquito on my arm, sorry guys. I thought that would make them stronger, but they don't look so bad even for being small. They're very, very, very happy. So something that we added, or not really added, but replaced on our homestead this week was we added our bees back in. Both of our hives that we've been beekeepers for 3 years, we successfully got hives through the winter, 2 different winters, did our own split successfully 2 different times. We lost our colonies this last winter, probably the end of 2024, which if you've been around my channel very long, it's been a rough year. 2024 was. 2025 is the year we are going to buckle down, recover, get really good again at what we do. I have a whole video about what our homestead goals are for this year. And a lot of them are just kind of re-strengthening and getting good again at what we already have our hand to. One of those things is bees. We actually got 2 nucs to replace just this last Saturday. Let me show you just a little sneak peek real fast, and you can see how exciting it is to be ready for bees and to finally get bees again. We are getting new bees on Saturday. We're getting new nucs, and I opened the hive that the bees, we hadn't opened it the whole winter. They had left. There's this gross, I don't know if those are eggs or larvae or what it is, but tons of ants carrying away this little white stuff. Tons of ants on the inner cover. It's honestly, or the top cover I guess is the inner cover. It's really honestly overwhelming and gross. I gotta get in there and figure out what's going on. We got new bees. We actually got 2 nucs from a local apiary that specializes in queens, Italian queens, and we are putting frames that we have frozen from last season, our old hives in here that are already nicely started out. There's even a little bit of honey left in that one. And then we are going to put the nucs into the hives. Starting over this year sometimes just calls for a reset button, and that's what this year is for us.
Lovely.
Here they are, look pretty healthy. I don't know if they love that we weed whacked before we open them, so they look a little tiny bit, you know, just trying to figure things out. But I'm excited. Oh wait, let's do one at a time. One at a time, one at a time, one at a time.
Those guys are not happy.
These are so fun. I love these lilacs, which are also a favorite of bees. And I'm really glad to have bees again. I feel like I would have been sad if we didn't replace them. Okay, this is not working so well. Let me show you. I'm trying to make a lilac like arrangement, but I have it all wrong. I think I'm gonna need to actually cut this a little bit shorter to make it actually stand in there. I love the smell of lilacs. Lilacs remind me of my grandma, who was a flower gardener who loved the color purple. Ooh, I gotta get that pollen strand out of there. And who actually loved lilacs. She painted lilacs on a china painting on a plate. And I will put up for you guys a picture of that because it's absolutely beautiful. She was such a great artist. She could do watercolor, she could do china painting, she would paint sinks, she would do murals in people's homes. She just was an incredible artist and loved to paint flowers as one of the things. Oh gosh, I don't know if that looks right. It's so whimsical, but I think I might even like the really whimsical look. I mean, what do you think? It's totally not like uniform perfect, but it's kind of more my style, is the artsy, whimsical look kind of style. I think it's pretty, so I'm gonna put this over on the table to bring in the house after we're done chatting. Oh, the smell of lilacs is simply amazing. I have these wind chimes outside of my bedroom door that keep me awake on a stormy night, but I really love their low sound. And this is my goji berry, which is just starting to leaf out again. Those are fun. I like to freeze them and throw them in smoothies. And you got to hear the sound of this wind chime. Wind chimes make me think of her as well. There's so many things that remind me of her, and don't mind the dogs in the background. They're like way back property neighbors, but it's like their voices echo. I want to show you a couple things in my kitchen herb garden that are just lovely right here. I have all of this lemon balm, and I need to pick a lot of it for tea. It tastes really, really good. That's good. I definitely need to pick that. Let me show you some more stuff. I have lemon thyme, which is variegated, has those little yellow parts to it. More calendula that will come back. I believe that is Sweet William and a cilantro along the fence line. And this coral bark Japanese maple is simply beautiful. I think this is the 3rd year we've had it. And it's so pretty. If you look carefully, the actual bark on the branches is red. It's green at this time of year. It turns to a yellow, then an orangey red, and then it loses its leaves and has the beautiful red bark. Right here, Shasta daisies, which I think they're actually like local to our area. They're super pretty and they come back every year. They're perennial here. That's the bed that I will plant the ginger in. when I'm ready to plant it out. And I'll probably add some more herbs like some parsley and more cilantro and that kind of stuff to that bed when I'm ready. I mean, technically the temps are ready to plant. I'm just not personally ready to plant. One of my sons gave a really, really huge cut back pruning to this lavender, and it is coming back with beautiful new growth. I wondered if we cut it back too far, but it was just way too huge and laying down. But I think that it's going to be so beautiful once it blooms. This is my very original citrus tree. If you've been around here for citrus, it does not look good. It's been the one that has struggled the whole time because when we planted it wrong. What we did is we just kind of set it in the ground, alkaline clay soil, dug a hole, got it in, tried to fertilize it, do all the things, but we didn't realize that citrus really like acidic soil. So later we had to amend the soil after it's already in the ground. It has kind of hobbled along for almost 6 years. I think we planted it 6 years ago in May. It's alive. It's not thriving and beautiful like my potted citrus out front. It's not even as good as my mandarins over around the corner in my citrus grove, but it's alive. And let me show you, it's leafing out, it's budding. So that's a good sign, especially since we're past the cold weather. And our cold weather, we're zone 9B. So I think the very coldest it got this winter is it got down to like 27 2 different mornings. And that was for a really short time. Otherwise, we do get to 32, but we don't get a lot lower than 32. And usually that's even like just at the coldest point of a night, not like for hours on end. But you can see here, there are blossoms. Yes, there are new leaves budding all over the place. So this thing, even though it's kind of yellow, it did not love cold weather. We had it covered. It is going to be just okay, just all right. The bottom is getting thicker. It's not that thick. I need to feed it a lot, but we did feed it already twice the end of this winter. So I probably need to feed it again, maybe start of May. This is my chocolate mint, which is wonderful for tea. Chocolate mint's actually my favorite type of mint for tea. I like it better than peppermint, spearmint, wintergreen. Chocolate mint is the best, but you gotta have it in a pot. If you have it in the ground, you're gonna regret it because it is going to, oh my goodness, we got dogs barking at me. Huh, that must be the neighbor's dog. Anyway, it is going to take over. You don't want to take over. Oh, I've got to show you how this mandarin grove did over the winter. We just uncovered it all. We kept like frost bags on it the whole time, and it is doing so well. You can kind of see in the background, nice and green and alive. That's always good. Alive is a good thing because some years we didn't have alive. So all of these, this one's pretty young. I think it's only been with us 2 winters, but it's leafing out just great. The only sadness I saw in some of these is some of the tops were a little sad from the snow that weighed them down because I had the covers on them, but otherwise they're fine. A lot of them have little blossoms like that already. Here's one that's blooming. They should have some fruit this year. We have that one, which is the saddest, I think, but it's alive. And oh my gosh, how funny. I think my son put this on the side so it wouldn't get lost because my dog must have taken it off. But this one, it's young, it's thin, it needs to be fertilized again, but it's doing all right. One thing that happens for me is my chickens will actually move the mulch to be around the base of the tree by scratching things up, and I have to actually keep moving it back because you don't want the wood chips touching the trunk of the tree. That's actually not good for the tree. It's better to have some space between your mulching and your wood chips. And so if you have things like chickens that get into your area of your trees, you just have to check it now and then and make sure that you get it fixed. This one looks pretty good. I need to cut a little bit of the stuff from the snow off the top, but it is compact, but it's full and dark green, beautiful. And you can see some of the citrus food that we put down here. We used this time citrus tome by Espoma. We buy it in a huge bag. We don't only use that. We do also use our own homemade compost, but because we have so many garden areas, I have to pick and choose what I'm going to use my compost for. I am pulling Bermuda grass. I like to call it chokeweed because it likes to choke things out. But we have to choose. Even though we make our own, it is not enough to fill new beds and top all the beds and feed all the different fruit trees over and over again. So we do supplement with inorganic citrus food. This one had a little bit of rough time from the snow, but you can see it's still flowering. Maybe need to cut back this part, but everything else looks pretty good. Young tree, but it's doing good. And boy, do these mosquitoes have it out for my blood. They are like swarming me and they're going to bite me. This one is my favorite of my mandarin trees. I think I've had it the longest. I'm trying to remember when I put it in. I think I put it in maybe 4 years ago in the spring. So it's lived through 3 or 4 winters. I'm not sure. It's not huge, but it is very happy. And I've had a harder time with the ones in the ground than in the pots in terms of how fast they've grown. I'm going to show you a video of when we first put these in, but they're doing pretty good. And this one still has blossoms. This one looks the worst, and I need to see if that one's going to come back. I might just need to water it, but the other 2 are great. And honestly, I think these things would have died if we hadn't done it. Let me show you that clip real fast. Something we've been working on is we transplanted these blueberries, 4 bushes. I think that's the max that can fit in here, into this raised bed. We've had this raised bed from a friend who moved, and I think they're going to do better in here than they did over in the alkaline soil in my pollinator garden. So this is just one task off of my homesteading goals that we can check off. I'll link to that video below. Yeah, I think it was a good choice that we moved them over there, and they're not in this mess of a pollinator garden anymore, being choked out by all of my pollination type of perennials, like my snapdragons, my hollyhocks. That one was really choking one of them out right there. I'm sorry, I'm getting attacked by these mosquitoes. The butterfly bush, there's strawberries, there's rosemary, lavender, flourish. Oh man, that's pretty. Look at that. That's so beautiful. Yeah, we have other hollyhock down the way. I want to show you the citrus out front just because that is like the exciting thing to me is I love that all of my citrus made it this year. All of it. I mean, I've had years where I've had as many dies make it, but we finally conquered it and we've got a lot of fruit this year. So one of our homesteading goals was to replace our bees, and we checked that one off our list. Another one was to plant some of the different trees and different containers of plants that we've been given that have just sat in our front of our house. We've done a couple of those, but I want to show you these citrus trees. I mean, I don't have a lot of time left. I have to take my son to youth group. I'm so proud of these. I'm so happy. Okay, this is one of my Valencia oranges, and it has a bunch of cilantro underneath. I like to do that. I like to have mustard or cilantro or something, almost like a ground cover, but we can like enjoy it. It's right by the house. We can bring it in for a few things. No, you guys, that's actually a lime tree. I told you it was an orange. This is this is a tangelo. You see all the new growth on it. We did feed all of these in both February and March. I think I might wait till the end of April or start of May because we fed them pretty heavy. There's still quite a bit of citrus food down here, you can see. And this one full of blossoms, this is a Valencia orange. This is like insanity, and it's so exciting, and it's literally like everywhere. And then this is, I think, another type of Valencia orange. I have one on here still. I need to take out, but it's got blossoms, and I'm happy, and it's beautiful. These big pots are from Costco. I don't know the size. People keep asking me. I'm not sure, but they're a good size. And then this is a Meyer lemon. It's just about to bloom. Look how much better it looks than my Meyer lemon in the ground. It is monstrous. It's dark green. It's full of blossoms, and it's also full of lemons from a fall bloom it had. So I'd definitely say that containers have been better for me, though my ground one is alive, but they're like the same age. That one is doing better. This is another type of mandarin called a kishu. I have not got it into a big pot, but I bought one for it. Blooming mustard, and I believe this one that's kind of like leaning over is a clementine mandarin that I need to kind of straighten it out. This is a tango mandarin with one left on it and blooming, oh my gosh, blooming mustard. And this is a bunch of, oh my gosh, I need to take these in too. Grapefruit. I need to take these grapefruit in, but they have new blossoms, they have new leaves, and they have all these grapefruit that I need to juice or put in a smoothie or something. This is just one of them. This is actually one of the smaller ones, but I'm so proud of it. I'm so excited, guys. I have to go take my son to youth group, but it's fun to share with you just things with our starts and accomplishing some of our homestead goals and replacing our bees, moving the blueberries. So many things we're about to plant. Haven't planted quite yet. My 11-year-old daughter doing the riding mower. She's finally adding on to her homestead chores. And I love it. This is springtime. This is a fun time. I actually realized we did feed our citrus trees with our compost in February, and then in March is when we used the Citrus Tome citrus food. So we did use the compost once, but we can't use it every time. We need to put some in all of our veggie garden beds, and there's a lot of those beds over there. I wanted to show you how amazing my irises are doing because I did a video with you guys middle to late winter, where we cleaned out, we thinned the irises, we weeded them, we brushed back dirt from gophers and moles and voles that had piled some hills, and it really paid off. They look amazing. If you look really closely, there are still some patches of my irises that are not completely weed free, but the amount of blooms from the amount of work we did paid off so much. I am just so happy with them this year. They are beautiful. They're beautiful deep purple, and especially with having my grandma pass away in February, just 5 days after her 96th birthday, and her favorite color being purple and her favorite type of gardening being flower gardening, it feels like such an amazing kiss from heaven to have these irises doing so well this year. They are just breathtaking.